Gotta do it for yourself and kicking bars since you were young. Lions on your kit, but you've been playing since a cub. When you're stepping on the pitch, you know you gotta...
Welcome back to the Football Terrace. The Netherlands, they took the lead early. A sublime goal, a world-class strike from Cody Gakpo, only for Enner Valencia to score again at the World Cup here in Qatar 2022. To take some valuable points away from the Netherlands, they could have practically qualified tonight with another 3 points, making it 6 from 6, but they drop. It really makes this group open now. It makes this group so wide open going into that final game. Of course, Qatar now go out. They fall away. But I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on that performance. The Netherlands had it in their hands. They were definitely the most dominant force in the majority of that first half, but it did fall away. Are they good enough? It's their second game. Have you seen enough? My first thoughts after the first match, although they won, is they were a little bit weak. They were a little bit lacking in particular areas, and that's very much what I saw again tonight. They lost the physical battle the longer the game went on, and as soon as they were losing that, there was very little creativity from the Dutch. Cody Gakpo, the only real standout individual that you could say looked good, delivered, had an air of class about him, but very little else on the football pitch. Van Dijk as well. And I want to pose this question to Liverpool fans, really. I got copied into a tweet earlier on today, and it said, all I heard all season from Liverpool's faithful was Van Dijk is pacing himself for the World Cup in Qatar, which is why he's been so poor. He's still been poor out there. And I wanted everybody's thoughts on Virgil van Dijk tonight, you know, regarded by many as the best centre-back in the world for a long time now. And the last 12 months or so, his performances, his levels have dipped massively. Want your thoughts and I want your feelings on that. And they were already written off by... Actually, no, that's a lie. A lot of people were looking at the Netherlands as a team that could do something at this tournament. But what are you saying now about that? Make sure like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. We have a super chat here from I Cut My, who is, of course, a Dutchman. Says, I can't believe how rubbish we are. Ecuador deserved the win. I hate 5-3-2 so much. Never seen a Dutch team this weak. My eyes hurt. Not good enough. And I think most people would agree. I've also got KJ here with me in the studio today. Would you agree that the Dutch were poor today?
Yeah, Dutch were very, very poor. They got the goal and you thought, yes, like they're about to go and like do 2 or maybe 3 against this Ecuador team who got their win against Qatar. And they just felt flat. It was just flat performance, no real energy, couldn't string 2 passes together. And Ecuador deserved more from this game. They did. They had that chance to hit the crossbar, had a goal disallowed, rightfully as well, for offside. So, yeah, like the Netherlands, and this is why I said after the game, they don't look like they could win the World Cup. This is why even before the World Cup, I said, I thought there was a similar level to England in terms of their chances of winning the World Cup. If England win today, you could say they're behind England in their development right now. And that's not really a good look considering how bad England are and overrated and Southgate. So, yeah.
No, listen, I totally agree. Rams downstairs.
That's nice.
Yeah, KJ's going to go and let him in. I'm going to keep talking to you, lovely, lovely people. Of course, make sure like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. England kick off in just over an hour. So I am a little bit nervous today. I am feeling it somewhat, wanting England to win and everything else. Terry has an agenda. What, against Virgil van Dijk? No, I don't. I was reading out somebody else's tweet, but I want people's thoughts and feelings. Because I expect the best centre-back in the world, a centre-back who was lauded as being the greatest ever in the Premier League, to not be this bad at his age. I expect more from him. What do people think it is? Bad form? Is he finished at the highest level of the game? Because the mistakes are there. Nathan Ake played Enner Valencia onside, but we're not talking about the mistake that led to a goal. We're talking about 2 poor performances on the bounce from the so-called and the scouts proclaimed greatest centre-back in the world. I just want your opinions on it. Don't call me out for an agenda. My job is to ask questions, me old mate. You saying I've got an agenda, I'm going to interpret that, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, that you're really worried about the future of Virgil van Dijk. That's how it feels to me. Let's have a look at a few more of these comments coming here. Van Dijk is getting old. That's all. That's a fair piece of analysis. Maybe it is just age. How is Van Dijk performing poorly? I thought he was poor today. I thought he was poor against Senegal in the first game. And I'm also just going and putting the question out to you based on what I'm seeing a lot of people writing, a lot of Dutch fans saying, a lot of people across social media putting out there and discussing. So if you think he's playing well, then your job is to say, no, Terry, I don't think. I disagree with those people. He's playing well. It's called a conversation, my friend. Questions, answers, opinions. It's not the agenda terrace where we just say everything that everyone's going to like. Deal with it. Deal with it. I don't think I think he's been poor. If you don't think he is, you tell me how good he's been. What I want from you is not have I been watching the games. What I would like from you is tell me how good he's been. Tell me how good he's been and why. Can you explain that to me? That is what I want to hear. And we'll share the link in the comment sections. So if you want to call in and say why Van Dijk's been good, let us know. Why I'm wrong for saying he's been poor, let me know. And I don't hate Virgil van Dijk like a lot of you are claiming. I've literally said this guy's been the greatest centre-back in the world for the past 2 to 3 years. So I've praised him when he's been brilliant, and I'm now criticizing when he is bad. That is not hate. That's called being absolutely fair.
Yeah, we're talking about Van Disney.
Yes,
that's what we're doing. I'm just coming in. Ram's here, everybody. Everyone say hello to Ram in the chat. Van Dijk, his aura, this aura thing that he's been getting away with for the last how many years has come to an end. We can smell it, and it stinks. You know what I'm saying? It flipping stinks. He needs to go back to the art of defending, which is actually putting in tackles, actually making an effort, actually running, because he just looks like so nonchalant. There was one ball that came across him that, yeah, it didn't turn into a chance for Ecuador in terms of a shot on target, but another day, that's a better striker, and then bang, it's in the back of the net, and he's just standing there just like chilling. And like, oh, okay, I don't have to deal with it, someone else will deal with it. Or I was in my position, my aura would deal with it, and someone will mess up. He can't keep getting away with this. Like, literally, I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe it's the ego, maybe it's the gas, maybe it's the Liverpool fans like Ram calling the best centre-back in the Premier League has ever seen. Like, maybe it's all of that has turned this guy into this guy that's like, I'll defend with perfume, like Husam said, I'll defend with aura. It needs to stop. He needs to actually defend, because we know we can. That's why he was one of the best, because he defended so well. This needs to stop.
See, I think he's getting older, Van Dijk, but I also think this is, I'm going to say Ivan Drago, Rocky IV, when he got cut. And I think part of it's the knee. I think part of it is age. This happens. But I think like he's had a handful of bad games and he's lost his sense of invincibility. 2 years ago, even when he first returned after the injury, he had first couple of games, he was off it. Of course he was. But he was very good. And then it fell away. And I just think he's also suffering with a confidence crisis right now as well. And he certainly needs to improve. But away from Van Dijk, I think when you look at this Dutch team, and I'm going to make this statement now, I know it's only 2 games, but there is not a cat's chance in hell they win this tournament. I think, if they come second, they're highly likely to play England. England will beat them. England have more speed, more power, and maybe for the first time in my lifetime, dare I say it, overall better technical ability. The amount of times, listen, Gakpo, everyone's screaming for Man United to sign him because he scored a good goal. The amount of times that ball bounced off him, crazy. Memphis Depay, listen, he's a handful of goals away from being their highest ever goal scorer. And he hasn't played much football all year, so I'll give him some leeway, but the ball bounces off of him. Obviously, you've got De Jong in the middle that's sensational. But where are the technicians in this Dutch side? Where are the magicians, the wizards on the ball that I grew up watching? They don't have it. If they end up having to play England in the next game, England, as I say, faster, stronger, technically better than the Dutch. And I swear to you, in my life, I have never felt that. And I do at this point. But I really can't see them doing very much at all at this World Cup. Very, very poor showing from them indeed. Qatar are out after 2 games. Yeah, I felt sorry for them. I wanted them to do better than they did. I wanted them to... They got the goal. But once they got the goal, Senegal upped them levels. I almost feel like Senegal took their foot off the gas. Didn't let them score, but kind of let them have a bit of the game. But yeah, as soon as that 3rd goal went in, it was game, set, and match. And listen, I'm pretty sure, though, I'll say this. I think the Qatari... Is it Qatar or Qataris? I think it's how you say it. I think the Qataris will... they'll all pick a nation now. You know, someone pick Brazil, someone pick Portugal, someone pick Argentina, someone pick England, someone pick Spain, and I think they'll get behind it still. They'll still support the tournament. You know, they can go into that last game essentially with a free hit. There would be some irony to go and who they got in the last game? Netherlands.
Yeah,
they will lose that game. But yeah, look, I hope they don't. I hope they beat the Netherlands and knock them out. That would be hilarious. But we will see. A super chat here says, I agree with Terry and KJ. Virgil van Dijk was an aura defender, was aura defending again. Our run-up was so good. I truly miss RVP and Robin. I'm shocked. Yeah, you don't have players in my... Look, Gakpo scored a good goal, but you don't have enough players that can push the envelope, that can move the needle. This is what's ironic about this team. It has a system, but it has very little individual brilliance within it. And this is when... Listen, individual brilliance become a bad word, a naughty word in football because Ollie's team was doing it at Man United. But you need it. Every team has it. Like Lionel Messi is the epitome of individual brilliance that wins things for his teams. Like if you took away Messi's individual brilliance, you think Barca would have that dominant spell? Do you think if you took away the individual brilliance of Ronaldo, it would have been possible for Real Madrid to win 4 Champions Leagues in 5 years? If you take the individual brilliance away of Pele, do you think they win? Do you think Brazil win those same 3 World Cups? Maybe, because they had some other brilliant players. But even those guys had individual brilliance. And the Dutch lack it. There is such a lack of class. It's weird to see. It's honestly weird. It's like I'm watching Wales. It's like I'm watching Wales.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Well, no, it's a little bit. I'm being a little bit flippant there. But Felix and Gakpo, I want Felix. Not gonna lie, can be our Firmino Jesus. Not convinced on Gakpo. I don't like these lanky, gangly wingers like Rashford looking awkward. Listen, I understand that point, and I'm a bit like my energy for Gakpo is the same as I had for Darwin Núñez. If you go back and watch any video when he was linked to Man United, I didn't change my tune. I'm unsure. I'm unsold. I'm not convinced that he's the guy for Man United. It's the overall technical ability. I think he'll finish chances, but how many moves and how many build-ups will he hinder? I trust Ten Hag to pick the right individual. But I am a little worried about him. And he ain't a baby either. Man's 23. Man is 23. Like he is a year or so away being a senior member of a squad. So yeah, he isn't too young.
Nah, Terry. Give me Gakpo over João Felix.
You'd pick Gakpo over João Felix?
Yeah, 100%. Just for the fact that he's got the physique. He's got the physicality. He's not as technical as João Felix. João Felix is a better footballer than Gakpo. But I just feel like if João Felix comes to the Premier League, we'll see him on the floor more than you see him scoring goals. And I personally don't believe he will suit the Premier League. Whereas I see Gakpo, I can see him lining up the Prem. Like I can see him coming to the Premier League, playing a striker for Man United, not a winger, playing a striker for Man United, getting some goals, getting some assists, and being actually useful to the team. And then João Felix, who would look nice on the ball, but then I think he'll end up being a Donny van de Beek. You'll start asking, what does he do? Why is he here? That's just me personally, isn't it?
This comment here, you are right. This man did just say Gakpo over João Felix. My view is I'm not convinced on either for Man United. To be honest with you, I'm really not convinced. And a lot of people say, you don't know ball if you don't think João Felix is brilliant. You know me, I don't base everything solely on someone's technical ability because that's stupid. Anyone that just looks at technical ability doesn't actually understand football, the professional sport. They must love watching like F2 freestylers. That's people that only like ability. They just look at the skills. Listen, those, I don't remember Billy and is his name? What's his name? Billy and who's the other guy on F2? Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
Billy and Jeremy are two of the most technically gifted footballers I've ever seen. But they're not professional footballers, are they? Because there's more to the game than just being able to do tricks and flicks and looking good. And I'm not sure if João Felix or Gakpo have it, but that's my take. Only striker I'm convinced by is Osimhen. Yeah, listen, I like him. Have Hope isn't a fan. Have Hope does not like him.
I'm about to say,
Have Hope does not like him.
Wait, if you're questioning technical ability for Gakpo, you could kind of do the same for Osimhen in terms of build-up. And
I think there's a lot.
So.
I think a lot of these attackers and a lot of these forwards, number 9s, false 9s, inside forwards, there's a lot that you look at and go, Are you more of a physical specimen than you are a technical footballer? Essentially, what I want Man United to find is both. And my number one preference is Benjamin Šeško, because what I've seen of him, I see someone that's good on the ball, can pass, can move, got good physicality, holds the ball up well. And for me, it's about, I want a striker that can hold the ball up. It's really important, personally, with how I think we're trying to play at Man United. Whoever we're using that number 9 role under Ten Hag has held the ball up. So it needs to be someone who's good at that. And Gakpo, that ball just bounces off of him a little bit too much. Going for a walk, too frustrated. Come on, England! I appreciate the support for the Three Lions tonight. I really do. And obviously, we'll be live after that game here in the studio with myself, KJ, Ram, Adam Charles is in the house tonight as well. So really looking forward to that game that kicks off in about 45 minutes. Thoughts on the lineups? I'm going to look at them now. I haven't even seen them, my friend. I'm going to take a little look now and see. I haven't even looked at them. I literally get prepped for these shows. And my head is just never looking at the next game. It's so hard. I'm not quite a one-man band. So England's team, is it the same that started the other day? Yeah. Yeah, same for England that started. I thought it was going to be the same. Looking at America, well, I'm very glad to see that, what's his name?
Gioreno ain't playing.
Gioreno isn't playing, but the other guy, who's Aronson. Yeah. Listen, I'm happy that's their team, because that USA team is getting spanked. That USA team is getting hurt. That USA team is getting knocked down a peg or two. And remember the bet between Jess and I. If they don't score a goal tonight, she has to wear a Tottenham shirt the next time she's back in this studio for the day, bruv, on the stream. I'm going to make sure that day we're doing 3 streams in here as well. Like we're going to get our money's worth on that one. But if we do lose, we will call the football terrace, the soccer terrace, for the rest of the tournament. Yeah, you can clip it all you want, my bro. You can clip it all you want. But America are getting beat by England tonight. History's getting made. History is getting made. I think we've done all them super chats, have we not? Yes, we have. I know Chike as well. Oh no, I've seen all them super chats now. I just wanted to check who they were all from. I didn't want to make sure I didn't want to miss any of them. There we go. Good to hear. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking to me then. Terry, don't forget to talk about Bukayo Saka. Oh, I will win that game. Not now. Now it's kind of irrelevant, but I will definitely talk about it after the England game. My style. I love about it. I love winding up all the non-English supporting Arsenal fans at the minute, because right now Saka's not your boy. He's mine. Saka's my boy right now. My England boy. That USA team is going to get put in a spliff. What Expressions has said. Let's have a look at some more of these comments. I need Kane to score. Listen, Harry, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think Harry Kane might break Wayne Rooney's record tonight. Hat-trick incoming.
Hat-trick.
Hattie incoming. Harry Kane breaking the record tonight. That's what I'm saying, KJ.
Yeah. If he gets 2, I'll be very surprised. 1, I'll be like, okay, that's just the job standard. But 2, I'll be surprised. 3, breaking a record? Nah, okay, I can't see that.
We'll see what happens. Baz here with a super chat says, I remember English acting like this before the 2010 game. History will be made for the other reasons. Look, I hear you. There was definitely this talk. From. I mean, I don't remember what people were saying, because I don't think I weren't on Twitter back then. I didn't join Twitter until 2012, so I have no idea other than my friends. And most of us were worried. So going into those tournaments, me and my friends were all like, "Oh man, there's no way." Not no way we would win, but we were so skeptical going into those tournaments because we were always so bad. You got to remember, it was only 2 years before that. We hadn't even qualified for the Euros. So yeah, I don't know what anybody was. In fact, no one knows what anybody was saying on social media, because when was Twitter even invented? I want to go to Twitter here.
2008.
Okay, but again, so maybe some people were tweeting it. I opened my Twitter account in 2012, so I didn't see it. It'd literally be impossible for me to see it. But there we go. Qatar have become the first host nation to be eliminated from the World Cup after 2 group stage matches. How mad is that? Also, I'm going for 2-1 US of A. Listen, that is confidence there, Chike. That is confidence there, my friend. It truly is. That's Adam Charles, who has arrived in the studio, as we can all hear. Did you leave the door on downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just press the buzzer. Press the buzzer, Ram. You must have used the buzzer before, Ram. Just press the buzzer. Ram's looking at the buzzer like he's just landed on Earth.
All right, this is what Ram looks like when he's chatting to Gal and just have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
He's like confused, lost all senses. You didn't press the buzzer.
Ram doesn't know how to press a buzzer, people. What is wrong with Ram? No, you didn't. You absolutely didn't. Listen, people, I thank you all very much for tuning in and having your say with us today. Please make sure you smash the like button before you leave. We are back live after England versus America. And I know that's what everybody's doing now in the build-up to everything. But until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless.